Yes, Finney. Yes, of course. Please, send her in. Hello, Jillian. I didn't expect to see you today.
Well, maybe you don't know me as well as you think.
Please, sit down.
What the hell is this?
If you're referring to the article on the press conference, you know we agreed on...
What we agreed on? You call this responsible representation? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Your phrase was creating a sympathetic atmosphere. I don't want any part of it. It is an embarrassment both to me and the Ryans. Miss Coleridge's counsel referred to the Woodard coverage as, quote, resulting from the embittered anger of a woman scorned, unquote. Is this accurate?
Remarkably.
What are you doing?
Exactly what I said I would do. That's true, isn't it?
That is not the point.
What is?
I am not going to let you exploit my private life.
Until this trial is over, you have no private life.
I am not going to be tried in the papers. I am not going to allow you to use issues that have absolutely nothing to do with this case.
That's very noble, but very naive.
You took this case. You came to me. Supposedly because you were interested in the question of whether or not Ken had the right to die the way he wished. And you knew that was going to be the major issue in my defense. You accepted that.
May I ask you a question? Isn't it true that when you were engaged to Frank Ryan, you began this affair with Ken George Jones?
You know that.
And you maintained this affair for several months until your fiancé found out about it.
I don't have to
You
answer
also
that.
had a child born out of wedlock several years ago, didn't you? I'm sorry, Jillian. But I have got to make you understand the position you're going to be in when you walk into that courtroom. Now, I have it on several authorities that the district attorney is going to base his case on the premise that you're an amoral woman. Those are his words, not mine. That you have constantly defied conventional moral values. I mean, a mercy killing would simply fall into a pattern of previously proven behavior. All I tried to do in the press conference and all I will continue to do is to counteract this man's case in the best way I possibly can. If I have offended you or embarrassed you, I'm sorry. What I'm trying to do is everything necessary to get you acquitted. These happen to be my methods, which you agree to accept.
That is not the only thing that I am worried about. I don't like the direction you're taking with Barry Ryan. I told you from the beginning I wanted to conduct my own defense because I didn't want to have to accuse anyone else.
Yes, I understand that.
Oh, do you? I spoke to Maeve Ryan last night. She said that you spoke to her and Delia, and it was her impression that you were setting Barry Ryan up to get me off, and I won't have it.
Jillian, you must allow me the freedom to develop my defense. If Barry Ryan had the opportunity and the intention, it is my responsibility to find that out. What we do with that information will be totally up to you. Now, look, very shortly I'm going to have a meeting with Barry Ryan. If you have any reservations about how I'm handling the case and you would like to reassure yourself, please feel free to join me.
Yes, I would. Barry is a friend. He loved Ken, and I am not going to be responsible for getting him a conviction.
Even at your own expense? I hope it doesn't come to that, but if it does, the decision will be yours. You come with me today. You sit there and you listen. All I'm asking you to do is to bear in mind one thing. Would he do the same for you?
What's new in Landview? Here's what you need to know.
Oh, man. This is the truth. You're not Hugh Hughes. I've decided to move to London.
What?
Todd's not going to give up until he finds his baby. Neither will I.
Busted. With this ring?
With this ring, I be wed.
Keep up to date with One Life to Live. Weeknights at 9 on SoapNet.
Today I was...
I was worried about you. And I had some free time, so I figured I'd come by. How are you?
Awful.
Things didn't go so well with your husband last night.
Surprise. I really tried, too, but he was still angry about Elliot. And he brought up the subject of another baby. I don't even want to think about it.
Poor Kim.
He used to understand. When I first met him, he was so sweet. We didn't always agree on everything, but he cared about me and helped me and loved me.
You don't think he does anymore?
I don't know. I guess so. It's just nobody understands this.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. You do, don't you?
Yeah.
You're the only one.
Come on, let's get out of here. Let me take you to lunch.
We're just about to break. It's 5 minutes before we get official. Can you wait?
Sure. Except do me one favor, okay? Just don't mention that I came by here to your mom.
Why not? What does she care?
Oh, I'm just supposed to be running some errands, and I finished a little earlier than I thought, so... Otherwise, I'd have to go back to work, all right?
Okay.
Anyway, she's not in such a great mood today anyway. Did you read that article about Claudius Church's press conference? Boy, did he do a number on her. The thing that gets her, she can't say anything about it, or else she's going to make it into an even bigger deal, so she just has to shut up and take it.
Tough.
Hey, come on. You know, I thought you two have been getting along better. She's been very nice lately. What are you doing?
About what?
What's that thing?
I don't know. It must be Connie's wig.
Don't tell me she's bald, too.
No, this is just for emergencies, in case our star doesn't have time to wash her hair. After all, we wouldn't want the audience to know what she really looks like. Well, maybe we would, but
Is anything happening around here?
not really. Connie and Preston still hate each other. They're only speaking through the stage manager.
Well, that's a good sign.
Not good enough. Elliot's weakening. But previews start next week, and if they don't replace her now, they're never going to.
Well, they still might. Besides, if there's that little time left, you're in even a better position than before. I mean, you know the lines, you watch the rehearsals, and they don't have time to get anybody else.
Hi, Connie. Have we broke for lunch?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Would you please inform Miss Markham that I would appreciate if she would stop dancing around like a convulsive chorus girl in Act 2, first scene of my monologue, please. Go on.
Connie,
I
Preston...
can hear him perfectly well.
If that's true, why don't you pick up your cues faster? This is a romantic comedy, not East Lynne.
He should know, considering he was probably in the original production.
Nice.
Maybe things are better than I thought after all.
You bet they are.
You realize I've been waiting for you since 8:30 last night?
What the hell is that?
He's running his
Didn't
lines.
you get my message?
What a ham.
Answer my
He's just
question.
vocalizing. All actors do it. It opens them up. Keep your voice down. We're trying to get her fired, not me.
What did I say?
You may not have noticed, but Preston's a little sensitive.
Ah.
The last person that called him a hand was Susan Cunningham.
Who?
This girl that was his co-star in his last play. She got a little drunk at a party once and started talking about how he's always upstaging her, what a ham he was. The next thing she knew, she was back on unemployment. Nobody's heard from her since. It's a famous story.
Interesting.
What?
Do you think Connie would miss her wig for about an hour?
I doubt it. Why?
Don't doubt it. Yes or no?
No.
Does this really look like her hair?
Yes.
Does it fit you?
I don't know. Probably. Pretty well. Michael, what's going on?
Come on. I got an idea.
Michael?
Come on.
It's open.
Hi.
Hi. I didn't realize it was you. I'm expecting Jill's lawyer.
Claudius Church?
Yeah, I'd much rather see you.
Did he say what he wanted?
No. I was hoping you'd come by. I mean, I know you said you would, but I've missed you.
Please, Barry, that's not why I'm here. I mean, nothing's changed, but I have been worried about you.
Well, doesn't that tell you something?
Listen to me. I came to warn you.
About what? I mean, don't tell me you've had another premonition.
No. Well, in a way, yeah, but this one's real. I mean, they were all real, but this is different. I know this is going to happen because I know it, not because I know it. You know what I mean?
No.
Listen, I'm worried about you because of Jill and her lawyer. He came to Ryan's yesterday, but he was asking about you.
What did he want to know?
About you and Ken, and how Ken died. He says it's his job to know everything about everything, but he was even asking about your accident.
Well, what does that have to do with anything?
Nothing. That's my point. I told him you didn't really remember anything about it, which is good, you know, for you. It was such a traumatic experience. Why should you be reminded of it? And when something awful happens, it's best you forget it, and it stays forgotten. But he says he's going to try to get you to agree to be hypnotized so you'll remember.
I don't understand this.
Well, I thought about it, and I thought about it, and it doesn't make any sense unless it's just an excuse, and he's going to try to trick you into saying something.
Like what?
I don't know, like you killed Ken or something. Which is, of course, ridiculous, but you might say it, and then you get dragged into court, and who knows what could happen. I just don't understand why Jill would be doing this to you.
Well, I thought you said it was a lawyer.
Well, that's the same thing, isn't it? I mean, I realize she doesn't want to go to jail, but there's got to be other ways besides making you look guilty. Please promise me that you won't let him hypnotize you. I'm telling you, it can be a really awful experience. Listen, I had it done. I said all kinds of strange things. I started screaming and crying. It was awful. I wouldn't want that to happen to you.
It's okay. Don't worry. I'll handle it.
You mean you won't let...
It's okay. Thank you.
Well, I'm just trying to help because I know what a rough time you've had the past few months.
I've missed you.
That's probably him.
Come in.
Be careful. Remember, whatever you do. Hi.
Ah, Delia. How nice to see you again. Hello, I'm Claudius Church.
Barry Ryan.
I'm looking forward to seeing you.
What's new in Pine Valley? Here's what you need to know.
I'm falling back in love with you. This is very, very real.
I gave birth to Emma. I am her mother, no doubt. But Tad Martin really could be Emma's biological father.
I want you back, Julia. You got that door? It's fine.
Keep up to date with All My Children. Weeknights at 8 on SoapNet.
Tonight, TV pay-per-view.
Something to go.
Yes, in a way. I'd like a gift prepared and delivered this afternoon. Would that be possible?
That depends. Where does it have to go?
The Altman Theater. It's on 44th.
I know where it is, sweetheart. I've been here since 1962. I know where it is.
I'd like this card to go with it.
Oh, Mr. Preston Post, yeah. Yeah, he's got a new show coming in.
Oh, yes.
Any good?
Certainly hope so.
Can I get some help here?
Just a minute, I'm talking to the lady.
Yes, do you mind?
Rather.
It's very important that you receive it this afternoon. Will that be possible?
You haven't told me what you want.
Oh, yes. I'd like a full-sized ham, decorated and on a platter.
Wouldn't you rather have a nice brisket or a tongue, maybe?
Well, if you can't do it.
No, I can do it. I can do it. How do you want it decorated?
Well, I'll leave that up to you. How much will that be? Say 15 pounds.
15 pounds is 54.50. Tax, delivery, let's call it 60 even. Preston Post, yeah. Did you see the thing about him wearing the rug?
Oh, yes.
You think it's true?
I know it is.
Oh, yeah? What, are you a friend of his?
We've worked together.
What's your name?
Hey, I don't have all day.
Just a second, will you please? You see what I have to put up with? I'll be right with you. All right, so I'm going to get started on this right away. And this, he'll get this sometime today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'll be right back.
How did I do?
You were terrific. Let's get that thing back before they notice it's gone.
You're incredible.
Next, seduction rules the bedroom and the boardroom on The Young and the Restless. Then it's All My Children, followed by One Life on SoapNet. Tonight at 9 on SoapNet. In 1981, Luke and Laura headed down the aisle. Eventually, they had Lucky and Leslie Liu. When Laura's secret love child, Nicholas Cassadine, came to town, Luke and Laura got divorced. Now Luke's with Tracy Quartermain while Laura's in a mental ward. Lucky has an addiction, Lulu's in college, and Nicholas is a new dad. Follow their legacy on GH weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.
Stuffed up, buddy?
Yeah.
I gave them medicine, but I wish we could comfort them more.
We can.
Pediacare Gentle Vapors. This plug releases aromatic, non-medicated vapors to comfort kids who are under the weather. Pediacare.
Just what they need.
Wednesday is Macy's biggest one-day sale. Some of the lowest prices of the season. Early morning specials only until 1 p.m. Kids puffer jacket, $14.99. 24-piece room in a bag, $99.99. 3-piece leisure luggage set, $39.99. 3-stone half-carat white gold diamond ring, $399. Macy's biggest one-day sale this Wednesday.
The new Crayola Color Wonder Sprayer. It airbrushes clear Color Wonder ink, so they can create anything they imagine without making a mess. The new mess-free Color Wonder Sprayer from Crayola. Look for it in the Crayola aisle.
Please, sit down. Joe?
Hello, Dee.
Hi. I didn't realize you were going to be here. I tried calling you earlier today. I want to make sure this afternoon's still okay.
Yeah. How about if I pick you up about 3?
Where are you going?
Oh, a friend of mine owns a stretch of land along the Hudson. We want to plant a tree in memory of Ken. Sort of memorial service.
Oh, that's nice. Can I come?
I'm sorry, but it's very personal for Barry and myself. Well, nobody else is going to be there. You understand?
Oh, sure I do.
Thanks. I want you to know that I didn't know about this meeting until now.
Yes, Jill asked to come. She seems to be concerned about your position in the development of the case. She thinks I may be trying to set you up, which is not my intention at all.
What is?
As part of my defense, I am trying to establish a reasonable doubt in the minds of the jury as to whether or not Jill was the only one who had the opportunity and the motive to give Ken the final injection. So the question naturally follows then, if not Jill, who? See, I'm not looking for a specific answer, but you understand that the question must be established.
Of course.
Good. So shall we get started?
All right.
Delia, will you excuse us?
Oh, it's okay. I already know what happened.
Please.
Oh, I have to get to the Crystal Palace anyway.
I hope to see you again.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye.
So, what do you want to know?
Well, why don't we begin with your account of what happened that day?
My account, what happened that day. After breakfast, I listened to Ken's tapes of the new song. I wanted to see him, so I went to his room.
In your wheelchair?
Yes.
And how did he seem?
All right. No, better than that. We talked about the song and having it released. That was about it, and that was the last time I saw him.
Did you discuss with him his condition or the fact that he wanted to die by his own hand?
No.
I see. And then, after that, you went back to your room.
Yes, I read for a while, tried out my crutches, took a nap, possibly not in that order. I know you said you came to see me and then I was gone. I must have been in the bathroom. I didn't leave the room again that day. A few hours later, Roger Coleridge came in and told me that Ken was dead. I didn't realize Jill's involvement until I saw the papers the next morning.
Alleged.
What?
Alleged involvement.
You know damn well that's what I meant.
Yes, of course, I'm sorry. You understand that as an attorney, I just reflexively
Sure,
say...
right. Well, anything else?
I'm assuming that either Mr. Moss or one of his assistants from the DA's office has already been here to see you.
Yes.
Yes. Well, did they discuss anything with you beyond what we're talking about now?
No? What did you have in mind?
Oh, I don't know for sure. Did they ask you about how the heroin got into the room in the first place? I believe it was found in a cassette case.
Yes, they did ask about that.
Ah. And you told them?
That Ken had asked for some tapes to be picked up for him, but that I didn't know what they contained.
Did they ask you who brought it in?
Yes.
Yes. And you told them?
Yes.
Yes. Did they ask you about the possibility of your submitting to a lie detector test?
No, they didn't, and I won't.
Oh, really? Why not? Hypothetically speaking.
It's my choice, and you're not speaking hypothetically, Mr. Church. I'm not about to let myself be submitted to that, so don't bother trying to order one. 2 years ago, a friend of mine was accused of robbing a sound equipment house. He was found guilty because he agreed to a lie detector test, the results of which were inaccurate.
Where was this?
This was here in New York.
Yes, well, that often happens. You know, that's why that kind of evidence is inadmissible in a court of law in this state. But I'm not sure I understand your story.
I didn't say it was brought into the court as evidence, but it was enough to convince his lawyer, and there was a lot of publicity about it. Look, just forget it, okay? And don't bother suggesting hypnosis either. There are a lot of things that Ken said to me, events surrounding the time of his death, that have nothing whatsoever to do with this case, and I'm not about to share them with you or with anyone else. Now, if that is all...
Mr. Ryan, I didn't mean to upset you.
The hell you didn't. Now, you listen to me. I love Jill, and I'm very grateful to her for what she was to me and to Ken. And I want her to go free, but I'm not about to be made your scapegoat in order to win her acquittal. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is.
Whatever you believe, Mr. Ryan, I assure you my intention was not to upset you. I'm simply trying to make certain that we all know and understand everything that reflects on this case. And I believe you have shed a great deal of light on certain things today. Don't you?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Christoph St. John, and I play Neil Winters on The Young and the Restless. For more interviews and biographies on your favorite soap stars, log on to soapnet.com now.